Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a nice time at your work, wherever you're currently at watching this video. Thank you so much for joining back to watch the video. And I have a number of updates for this video as always. The last time I talked about Coach Finidi, obviously in Abuja right now, and it's going to spend a couple of days there to try and resolve this the contract situation, and more importantly the issue about getting assistant coaches, his backroom staff for him. And there's been some development on that front. Of course, NFF decided to keep to their word and allow Coach Finidi to actually bring the people, or create a short list of the people that he wants to work with as his assistant coaches and members of the backroom staff. So based on that ground, Finidi has now submitted a short list of backroom staff that he wants to work with. He has submitted the list to NFF top hierarchy, and they are now currently scrutinizing these names. And after that, they're going to move forward to discuss with these candidates in Finidi's list to decide to agree on the contract situation, how much they are willing to collect, how much NFF is willing to pay each of these people. So based on the report, Finidi's list is actually a list that includes around like 3 foreigners that he hopes to fill the positions of match analyst, as first assistant coach, and physio trainer. So Finidi obviously wants to fill these 3 positions with foreign assistants, but there are other slots as well in the backroom staff that he also wants some of his local Nigerian compatriots to fill that void. And those areas include the area like goalkeeper trainer. He wants Abiodun Baruwa, a former Super Eagles goalkeeper, to actually fill that goalkeeper trainer position. The report is that another person that is on the list is Daniel Onuachu. He wants him to be his second assistant coach, or one of his second assistant coaches, and he has also been included in the list. And there are a number of people on the list, but these ones are the ones that have been reviewed at the moment. So Coach Finidi is hoping to actually get this resolved by NFF, who of course that they've started having conversations with the names or the candidates on this list. I mentioned in the last video that Michael Nsien obviously rejected NFF's contract offer to him because he was not willing to work on a pay-per-match basis. But I'll give more talks about that one later, shortly in this video. But right now, Finidi is obviously expecting NFF to give him a positive replies or feedback in terms of, okay, this name, so names that you brought with agreed terms, salary with these people, and you can now start working with these people. But it seems that NFF doesn't know how to broker a deal with some of these coaches that Finidi has brought on the list, or they're having difficulties actually agreeing a term, salary term, contract terms with these people. Michael Nsien is one of the examples of how NFF hasn't really been up and doing in terms of agreeing contracts with these guys, and there's no time at all whatsoever. Finidi obviously needs to get this sorted out and move forward from there. And of course, we have our we have our World Cup qualification on June 3rd, and the mandatory thing to do for coaches, for Finidi, is that he has to alert these club sides that he wants their players to come represent Nigeria. 3 weeks, nothing less than 3 weeks. He has to inform these clubs in 3 weeks, to give them enough time, to give them ample time to actually prepare for their players' departure from the club. So there's no time at all whatsoever. They have to trash this out, so Finidi can and NFF can put heads together and bring the names of these players, compile their names, and then send out the memo to their club sites requesting the services of these players 3 months before June 3rd. That's the rule. If Finidi doesn't send this out to the club site 3 months before the actual qualification match, then these clubs have, the responsibility, or they have the right to actually say, no, we are not letting our players go represent their countries because you didn't tell us on time. This is why it's more important, that we get this sorted out very quickly. And then as for Michael Nsien, of course, I talked about him in the last video. He obviously said no to NFF's contract talks when they offered to pay him on a pay-per-match basis, kind of like a freelancing coaching duty where you get paid based on the match that that you're present at, that you coach. That's what NFF said. So Michael Nsien has given a reason why he rejected that. He has a brief chat with newsmen, and what he said is that yes, he had NFF approach him, and no, he refused to accept NFF's salary requirements because he didn't reach or equal what he's currently receiving at his US job. Of course, he currently handles US under-19 national team, and the demand that he has given them is that they have to try and make his salary match what he currently receives at his job in the US under-19, or beat the mark. That he has to be on the same level, or he has to be more than that for him to actually receive that one. And he doesn't want a part-time job as an assistant coach for Nigerian Spikes. He wants a full-time job. That's his demand. And of course, the response from one of NFF's official about the situation is that they obviously had contractors with Michael Nsien, but they didn't have so much talk. It didn't really go far. They only talks for a brief period. They asked him about the salary that he's willing to collect, and then what he said was way above what NFF can afford. And for that reason, they just had a breakdown in contract negotiation, and that was it. So from the look of things, there doesn't appear to be any signs that NFF are actually going to close down Michael Nsien's deal for Finidi George, as the assistant head coach. But let me know your reactions for this one, currently. And moving on, guys, let me let you know that Paul Onuachu was on the score sheet for his Strasbourg source side, as they trashed Fatih Karagümrük. 4 goals to 0 was the score, on that one. And that victory was very, important for the club, as it's now propelled them into the Turkish Cup final. And again, Paul Onuachu, continues his goal-scoring form. Of course, this is now his 4th goal in his last 5 appearances. And for the total of the season, he has now scored 13 goals and had 4 assists in 22 games this season, which is incredibly impressive, for the man. And of course, his personal performance is definitely top-notch for that game. I'm sure the man will be hoping to get called up, for the Nigerian forthcoming qualifiers games. For the last days, guys, let me let you know that Oseyi-Samuel is now a major doubt for our forthcoming World Cup qualifiers game, after he picked up an injury last Monday, when his Fenerbahce side obviously played a goalless draw against Konyaspor in their Turkish Super League. So after the game, he reportedly had an MRI test on his knee, and the results showed that he has some bleeding in his knee, and this has now put him, in as a major doubt to actually show up for the World Cup qualifying games. But again, we hope that he recovers quickly to be ready in time, because we have issues in this area. Remember, Karen Ebuehi is out due to injury, and then we have Sanusi also out. And Jamil Collins is also a major doubt, after he actually failed to play in their last 2 games in Cardiff City's championship game. But that's the update for this video, guys. Make sure to like and share this video. Leave a reaction for any of the stories you like in this video. Thank you for watching. Do have yourselves a very splendid day, guys. Take care of yourselves. Catch you soon.